Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? How are you this Friday? Pretty good. Pretty good. Yesterday was crazy. Two back-to-back. If you took the second trade. Yeah, I ended up firing twice, catching 2 wins. I just took the one, but then my auto trader caught the second one. Yep, we went from no trades to 2 trades. So basically, the month is break even. I think it's like down like $88. So not too bad. Not too bad. We just gotta keep. If we can finish this month pretty strong, But let's see what we do today. Yeah, it all takes is a couple wins. Oh, that's all it takes. Oh, volatility there. It'd be nice to finish this month green. Yeah, I was looking at that. A lot of wicks. A lot of wicks. Are we gonna try to break out of this range? Or are we just gonna wick and flip? Not wick and flip, we're just gonna wick down here and flip back up. That's crazy. Like we pretty much like almost bottom ticked the the trade yesterday. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't believe it fired a second trade. Actually, I didn't even see the second trade. Like I had checked it later, and I was like, oh, I like like my auto trader. Like I was like looking at they call it like the orders, and I was like, it took a second trade, and it was like, and it won. Like what happened? Yeah, because I was like, okay, I figured price would come back up. I figured would just keep ripping up. Like I didn't figure it would come back into orb, break out again, and then trigger another trade. Because what time did this happen at? 11:45. Yeah, we end up catching pretty much the bottom of the move. Perfect, like pretty much perfectly. Price reverse. made a newer low, or newer, like, oh, sorry, a lower high, and then we came back down, and then we did the, this sideways movement. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what the orb size is today. We've kind of been everywhere. Yeah, I plan on just letting my auto trader, just like, I'm gonna run a bunch of accounts on it and just let that run the rest of the year, see how it does. Still trade my other accounts manually, but I'm just gonna let a couple, just, just in case something happens, I don't have to worry about all of them, but kind of split them. So basically, those will run true to the to the data, have zero interference with it. So that's the goal. That's the goal. But yeah, because yesterday was a 800, like, well, it was an $800 day, just, one account. Obviously, yeah, like, it's not always great to take 2 trades in a day, 2 winning, or 2 back to back. Yeah, well, $900. Yeah, 2 back to back. It was very nice. Very nice. Yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, or, like, I think, was it 1 win, 1 loss? Oops, wrong button. How many trades do we take? We took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades this month. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this isn't. It's not even like that bad of a month. Let me see. Let me actually look. I'm kind of curious. How much we got time? We got time. Let's see. This month, 46% win rate. That's abysmal, but still, pretty much 2 trades made up for the whole month, pretty much. Except for like $88. A couple of good trades. We could finish out this month at least, somewhat profitable. I mean, like $88. I'll call that break even, pretty much. It's not catastrophic. It's not, nothing really to worry about. But yeah, if we can, 13 trades. Got one more week. Well, 6 days. Make something happen. All right, 123 so far. No, I think we can definitely survive worse. But yeah, it hasn't been great. But I would say it was a good feeling yesterday though. It reignited my, my love for the game. Oh yeah. Definitely like beginning of the month. Beginning of the year. We started off like in the 80s. Like obviously, yeah, I mean we started there and we gone down since then. But yeah, at the beginning of the year, I think we're cruising at 70. Until like last month, we were sitting at like a 2.0, I think, profit factor, something like that. Oh yeah, we definitely have really really good stretches, especially because like looking at the data at the beginning of the year, like pretty much every year, almost pretty much like almost every year, the first like 6 months is just profitable. Like it just wrecks. And then like the middle, like what we're in right now is like the lull. It's like this is the area we always. It's not like every single like July, but it's always like one of these middle months. Like from like May to like September, maybe October, we're gonna struggle somewhere in there. Like might not be. It might not be right up front, but we're gonna struggle somewhere in between that. Yeah, sorry, I have my little girls here. So I was talking to her. We might like so. I guess two ways to look at it. Do we break the range? Like so, like what prices past price has told us that we're gonna end up probably flipping. Like we hit here, we flip, right? Like that's just kind of what we're looking at. Every time we've hit here, we flipped. But like I was saying yesterday, like more likely we're gonna. The other, I guess, side to this story is if we just kind of look at it like this. Like if we were looking like that, this is a downtrend. So if we are done with this range, this could be our, this could be the out. But more than likely, it's not. It's just going to be a range again. It's like, we're probably end up ranging. But if we do break, it's going to be a monster drop. Like if we can at least get to, what is this? What is this? 200s maybe? We can get to the 200s. That'd be fantastic. But more likely, like, price, past price has told us we're going to flip. Okay. So if we hold this and if we do jackknife and go to the top side, hold on. Let me turn this on just to make sure. Oh, I think we're fine. Okay. So since we're green, we got what? Yeah. Since we're green, buys are on the table as well. Those will trigger. As long as the volume's good. Like, long as, like, that has to still kind of, has to be good. Because we are in range. And we are super far away from flipping trend to anything, really. We're super far away from everything. So we're stuck in bearish. So we'll just see which way, because we're in good shape for for everything. Like it could break to the downside, possibility of failure. Like we already know that. We could break to, since we off right there, we could break to the top side, have a valid trade on both sides. Obviously, it won't be like an A setup. It'll probably be like B or C, as long as we have volume on our side. I think we'll know pretty quick if we if we're gonna have a failure. Like what I would like to see, if we do fail, we break out and we just rip back up. Like we don't close. Like we break out and then price just wicks, and then that gives us like confirmation that we're not gonna go down. But the other side to that's like I said, the other side to the story is if we're gonna break out of this range. Like I said, if you ignore the range and we just look at the downtrend, then like that basically tells you, that doesn't tell you, but like that could be the possibility of we're done with this, range, at least for now. And then, we want to sweep back down. But yeah, I want to see us tap this and just like completely flip. Like I said, we could get caught in a fake out. Like that is a big possibility just because of where we are in price. Okay, what if I have the risk of around one contract? if I have the risk set to 400, would one contract be there for which setup? So like how that would work is just depending on the stop loss. So it just calculates based on stop loss size. So like I think yesterday was one contract because of the stop loss is so big, but if the so like just depending on the grade. So obviously the higher the grade, it's gonna try to max out the risk, but it depends on the stop loss. So if the stop says, okay, well, you know, it calculates based on, it looks like, okay, it knows your risk is 400 and it knows like it's an A setup, but if the stop loss is too big, it's not going to force that, you know, more contracts. It's going to stay within your basically like, you know, the budget. But if like, say like A setup has like a 75 point stop loss, it's going to try to max that out as far as like whatever the math is. So like it's saying that, okay, it's A plus setup, but for like, if you do 2 contracts, it's gonna be about $500 because this is basically just gonna double this, and that's over the 400. That makes sense. So like if it was a tighter stop, yeah, if it was a tighter stop loss, like, you know, 75 points or whatever, it would get bigger. And that's why you usually see towards like yesterday, like I'm sure the second one had obviously it did have a smaller, like this one, since the volume was different, since the ATR changed and like things had changed since the beginning of the morning. But I'm sure the stop loss is way smaller. That's why the TP is a lot closer, but it was more contracts. Okay, so this is good. I wanted to see this. And it's not like a hard 400, like whatever it'll go over, but it won't get out of hand. It will stay within like, you know, $50 or something like that. It'll stay within it, but if it won't go over like $100, like it'll stay within range, and it automatically knows how to round up or down. Yeah. Like if you had to set to 400, you'll never have a $600 trade. All right, we're pushing through. It makes me a little nervous. Like, yeah, so if it does this and then completely wicks back into orb, that'd be kind of what I would want to see. Like I said, it's like a double-edged sword here. Like it could drop. Like there's a possibility it could drop. There's not enough data for it. So it's picking the orb side. Oh, okay, it's picking that one. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna just. I think if it sweeps, it's gonna be pretty. Okay, it went over 50 points. Wow, it's dropping hard. Very extended. Very extended now. Yeah, this is. I would not want to take this trade. This is too far. It could definitely work, but it's just too far. Yeah, when it's over, like, you know, if it's like about 50, like, you know, it's set at 50, but that's, you know, just the data. Yeah, any type of pullback, you're in drawdown. No, I'm not taking this. This is too extended for me. Too extended on top of previous day low, or like, you know, these levels. We could definitely wick. Like I said, it could drop really, really hard, or it's just gonna flip. So like we're breaking out of the range. Yeah, this is way too far for me. Yeah, 100 point drop. Nah, I can't touch that. And it's way too fast. Does it show like 0 contracts? Does it say over 50 points? It's still gonna show the trade, but it's just gonna show 0 contracts. Yeah, it's gonna show like every trade is shown It shows, yeah, if it's not like two big signs, if it's not colored in, that means it's not a valid trade. It has to be colored in. Either obviously a green would be like the brighter green. Yeah, there, and it goes down to yellow, which is the C setup. But if it's not colored in, even if it says A plus, it's there's a reason behind it. One of the filters kicked in. But yeah, this is way overextended. No, I don't like these. Because think about that, if you take this and then if you retest orb, that's 100 point retest. And especially when price drops really fast, it's gonna probably want to pull back. Yeah, this is too far. Yeah, 100 over 100 points. Yeah, we're pushing towards these lows, so we might end up getting to these lows. The bottom of the range. This is it. I mean, like I said, that's what I've been talking about. Like, so if you look at it, just ignore everything to the left. It's just here. This is a downtrend. So that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword. If we break these, like we break like the 200s ish area, it's just gonna fall. Like there's nothing behind it. That's it. So that's what I'm saying. Are we done? Are we actually hitting to the downtrend? Like like an actual downtrend that's not like ranging anymore? Or we could do this again though. Like we could literally do this. Like what the next 4 in 1 hour and 30 minutes are gonna start here in 5 minutes. It's entirely impossible that we just hit these, sweep these, or hit them, and then just completely reverse. No. Freeze. Yeah, but this could free fall. But like I said, I don't like taking overextended breakouts. Not like this. This is way too far. Yeah, so like right where where it says the higher time frame SNR, it's been already hit 48 times. Yeah, over 50 points is the limit. It's like based on data. It's just showing like an overextended move. I see if we pull back. Yeah, no, it's not a bad week. It's not a bad week. Yeah, like I said, like with these, like okay, just you enter here. Your stop loss is if price were to come back in orb, basically it comes back in orb partially. Tries to retest like midline. You're cooked. You enter here, you're having to do like this. Isn't too bad as long as this like previous week low, previous day low hold. But like this is way too extended, way too overextended for me. There's got to be some type of correction. It's gonna leave an FEG here. Let's see if it gets tapped, but I don't trust, especially with where we are, we know we're in an area that price could definitely wick. That's what it's there for. Yeah, so we broke these lows. We still have these lows to deal with if it does get that far. So if we can break this and pretty much stay under this, that we might have the downtrend confirmed, possibly. If we just kind of wick again, like on the next candle, on the higher time frame candle, I'd be curious to see if we push back up. Hey, what's up? What do you mean? Are you on MNQ? And there's always like going to be a price discrepancy. They're never going to match. Like even if you go to like NQ and MQ are never, they don't even match. Like there's always a slight price difference. And just depending on where like the data came from. Yeah, like NQ and MNQ, yeah, they're slightly different. It's just where, yeah, a lot of it just is where like where data comes from, like where you're getting your data feed from. You might be tanking. I don't know. I just don't like this. I don't like this. Is too like it ripped too far. It could be like a drop based drop where it's like it's gonna, if it comes up and consolidates, then it's just gonna drop again. But okay, so we just started the new 4 hour and 1 hour and 30-minute candle. So I'm very curious to see if this is gonna wick. Well, not really. It's not gonna so much wick as far as like be an aggressive candle. Let's see if we get to previous week, like to these levels again, and see like we're basically the 400s. Yeah, like do like that. I want to see like we like what we do here, if this FEG holds or not. Yeah, it's looking like probably a no trade day if like a couple of things would have to happen. One, we'd have to get back into orb to reset the strategy. It re-break out, or we break out to the top side, and I don't know how long that's gonna take. Because buys and sells are on the table. We are in since we are in the 5-day average, we are good to go on bulls buy and sell because we are in a, we can counter trend trade for strong bear, and we are super far away from flipping trends. We're stuck in this trend, and obviously VWAP is in the correct position. So the only thing would, you know, obviously would just have the volume would have to be there with it, and you know, there's a couple of little factors, but more in, you know, it can trigger. if we get back to orb, but a lot of ifs. All right, the FEG held. Did anyone else? So, who caught the second trade yesterday? I know a couple people did. I technically didn't find out till like 6 o'clock. Well, it's more of a, if you want to follow exactly how the backtest data, yeah, then you can take multi trades, but obviously you got to have within your limit as far as you know, you gotta, you know, your rules is too, you know, just in case you take 2 losses, you don't want to take a third trade. On some of my accounts, yeah, I just closed the charts after that. Yeah, like I said, yeah. So like, what I'll do is, like, you know, in that case, I'll just, you know, say like set the alert, just put an alert there, so like that way I can get notified, like, okay, price is doing something, I need to be attentive, or same thing, like, you know, if I was walking away, I'll just do something like, oh, not like that, like that. That way I can get ready on the chart. That way it just gets my attention. But yeah, the auto trader caught the second one like for me. I was like, oh, awesome. Yeah, I thought something like, I thought my first trade didn't close, and I checked it and I was like, oh, then it was the second trade. Very happy surprise. Yeah, I'm curious to see if we retest the previous week low and previous day low, just that little area. Basically, yeah, the 400s. See what we do there. If we get up there. Kind of figured we would kind of push up there already. We might push down, but yeah, just in a weird spot right now. There we go. All right, so pretty much almost at 400 already. All right, see if we push through. All right, pushing through now. Oh, there we go. A of why I hate huge breakouts. Yeah, see if we hold or see if we bounce. Yeah, I don't. It's kind of hard to say. Like, I don't think. I think we might just tear through. If we get into, I want to see. I want to see how we close. Like, if we get into orb and how we close, if we just start ripping. Like, I want to see if we just get through midline. Midline view up because they'll probably be the same spot. Or if we're just gonna retest. Yeah, I'm curious to see if this holds previous day low. I mean, like looking at it though, it's like this is making structure. So if it were to pull, like we can get into orb, and then it could, it could possibly be making the downward movement. So I wouldn't say like sells are like completely off the table. I would just need to see what price does. Like this is a little flimsy. I wouldn't actually like, but like maybe yeah, because like we're at the 618 level. See if we come back like this far and hold. If we blow through it, then like I said, it's a little flimsy. On like that's a very small area to be looking at. But we're kind of bouncing between previous week low and previous day low. A little range. But we bounced what right off the 400. Yeah, so basically came through, bounced off it. Now it's using the 400 level as support. Didn't really have any trouble getting through it, to be honest. Yeah, these are the type of days that you just want to go with price. You just don't really want to, I can kind of theorize and kind of come up with something, but at the end of it, it's more of a let price develop, and obviously, using the indicator as well to see what it wants to do. Looking to the left, every time we've gotten to this area, we've bounced, bounced. This is like one of the lowest areas we've gotten, testing the bottom, basically the bottom of the orb, bottom of the range here, and we still couldn't even, it didn't sweep anything, but it still pushed pretty low. We pushed past these lows. Eventually, this will have to get taken. I mean, if it does end up breaking, this could be the day, but And the YouTube giveaway is ending today, so if you haven't commented and subscribed to the channel, today's the last day. We'll be picking winners for 3 evals or from Apex. And then I have one more Instagram giveaway going on for 2 more. So this month we gave out 10 evals. There we go. Now we're pushing back up. And don't forget, Apex is having that crazy sale for Legacy. They are super cheap. And they are still 90% off as well. Alright, retesting. Retesting orb. I don't know if Bryson knows what he wants to do yet. So I think that was pretty much 50% of the fib level. Yeah, this could be a pullback, just a pullback, but we'll see. Nice break and retest. All right, see if we break these lows. I think it's just gonna drop. I think we break these lows. I think it's pretty good break and retest play. Dropping pretty hard. Let's see if we do make the new low. We're gonna wick. Let's see if you break the lows. It's pushing. Definitely pushing now. Yeah, I say we take out these lows now. If we can hold below these lows. Yeah, market seems a little erratic today. Right. Push up, push down. Not a super fan. Alright, pushing back up. This is how you get all kinds of chopped up. I don't know. Pretty sure somebody's like entered here, came back up, probably exited, came back down aggressive, re-entered. Trying to catch a move any which way. Yeah, I don't know if I like sells anymore. Need the. Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you're like, okay, I'm gonna go with the volume. I'm gonna go with like where the movement's going, and then it's like you get the aggressive move one way, then it's like, and the price just comes back and does it the opposite. Yeah, no, this is this. I don't know what past month and a half or something. It just like I said, it's been tough for a lot of people. I'm sure there's like there's certain people like a certain group of traders that are like trade a certain way that obviously they're fine, but like for the majority of like breakout traders, there's different types of breakout. There's different like there's not just orb breakout traders. There's like different breakout traders. Pretty much, I think it's been across the board. Everyone's been struggling with price for whatever reason. Just the markets have been just super tough. Good thing is we did not hit catastrophic failure. It was rough, but not like catastrophic. Ah man, this is crazy. Just back and forth like what 100 points, 100 points up, 100 points down. A lot of movement, man. All right, see, do we break now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not fun when you're on the wrong side of it. Uh, all right, hey guys, just a quick FYI. If you get a message from me, like, make sure like it has like my name and then it has like FSD-X on the back of it. Somebody just entered the server as like me, and they just left. So just be careful if you get any messages. It's been a while since somebody tried to impersonate me. But a lot of there used to be like once every like month or so someone would impersonate me. But a lot of the channels are like they're like locked. You have to be like a member. I had a like limit of what I could leave access to like to anyone, just because I was just having issues with that. It's happened a lot more, but not as of recently, not too much. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see. Yeah, somebody just left, and they were trying to be me. I'm like, I don't think I left the server. Yeah, I used to be super bad. Thank you. Yeah, it's not the market you want to be in. This is just back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, so I never liked these big like the 50 points, but like yeah, maybe one day, maybe one day. Well, this is why I don't like these big or not big orbs, big breakouts. Cause there's just too much in the way. But not too much in the way, too much like it does this and it pulls back. I think I can handle it. I can do it. I could do it. Yeah, very true. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll grow. We'll grow for sure. Yeah, this price is just back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, we just kind of like I said, we're on pace. Like we're technically beating 2025 as in far as like how much we made so far. So like I said, we're on pace to beat 2025, and 2025 was like an anomaly because like the average was like 13 to 15,000 like for the past years, and then 2025 was like 22,000. It was an absolute run. And then so like looking at the data, like if you compare January 2025, like the till like if 2025 okay, like both years till now we're technically beating 2025 right now. 2026 is beating 2025. So if you go January to like July on both years, we're technically beating it. Well, the only thing is like, so this exact version wasn't created yet, so the stats weren't as, they were still good. They weren't as good. So now that we have this version, we have the data to back it. We know exactly what we're looking at. But as far, like I said, as far as like, if we can just get a good back half, like if we can get over 10K on the back half, like back half of this year, I mean, we should be able to at least compete with it. I don't see us not at least like getting close. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We're the ones reaping from the benefits. Yeah. Yep. That's a goal for me by the end of the year. I want to have over 20 accounts. I think well, the thing is, Apex always running sales. So it's like just grab like I said, doing a statistical edge. Like if you start like 5 at a time, like this is like my new strategy, I guess. I just start 5 every Tuesday. Obviously, not every Tuesday. There's only 4 Tuesdays in a month. That's just 5 weeks. But like I start like just simplicity. Start 4 every month on Tuesdays. Like just on every Tuesday, start 1 new one, or 2, whatever. If I buy like 10 of them, obviously I can do 2 at a time, and just let those run. And then like, but not step back though. Like not like no drawdown protocol. Just because like from the stats, there's been no blown accounts yet for this year. If you started on January 1, you passed, I think, like 3. If you start, say you started January 1, like whatever that fell, like whatever first trading day was. Obviously, you can't trade on the first. Whatever the first trading day was, if you started an eval on that day, and then once you pass the next day, start another one, and then rinse and repeat, you would, I think, have like 3 or 4 passed by just this year alone. I don't know, it's on the site. I can't remember what it was. But then that's like with no drawdown protocol. That's just just trading whatever it says. So I think that's gonna be my new, like, what I'm gonna do is just start one on every Tuesday, and just keep doing that until I max out. Until I can't have any more evals. But I'm probably gonna run like end of day though, just to make it easy. Because that's the only thing, like I have like end of day and I have trailing intraday, and it's like it becomes a little confusing. That's why I have like the end of day running on the auto trader, and I'm manually trading the until I beat the buffer. Obviously, like once I beat the buffer, it becomes end of day. But like, I think going forward, I'll probably still get like, because like Apex hasn't really cheap, but I'll just like manually trade those, so I can trail my stops. So like I don't like I don't want to go like super deep in a profit, then it reverse and take a loss, just because then I kill the drawdown. I gotta babysit it for like maybe like a month or so till I beat that drawdown. Then I can just let it play out. But with all the prop firms, it's easy enough to get enough end of day. Like you can stack a bunch of end of day. Maybe throw some what do you call it? Straight to fundeds in there. And just let them cook. I don't expect every single one to survive, every single eval to survive, but I think like the majority of them, yeah. I'm not like trying to push I'm not gonna like go for them. I usually don't. I mean, I've had a couple, but just because of the consistency rule so low, I'd rather just grind it out in evals, than have a little more flexibility. Like if you have 50%, 30 to 50% is fine. Like that, I can work with that. When it's 20%, that's tough. And it's just like with my copy trader, I can just, tell it to shut off like at a certain profit amount. So it's not a big deal. It's not like going over the rules hard. It just more is like you got to grind that. But I mean, can't get nothing. You don't get anything for free. I like to give you a funded account. It's like, hey, yeah, do whatever you want. All right, do we break these lows? Are we like, what are we doing? Because I think if we break, it's gonna rip. Well, so like, it's not really a like how it like. I guess it wouldn't really affect it, since if you're going like, because there's 30% of what you're making, so it's, or like, basically, so it's like 30% of, you're not gonna have a windfall day. You're not gonna have like an astronomical, if you're going to TP1, everything's gonna be around the same amount of money. But I always based it on like what the goal is. So it's like if it's like 3K, then I know 30% of that. But if you're going just based off the consistency of like what you're making, yeah, I mean, pretty much they're not gonna really differ too bad. So what I've always done with like, if I have a consistency rule, I just take the total amount that I need to get to and divide it by whatever that is, and then I get my copy trader. I just set the limit of like, it'll close the trade out once it hits that dollar amount. So it's pretty predetermined. So I can't go over any consistency rules. So like, for example, like, okay, so just like on an eval, you have a 50% consistency rule, and your profit target is 3K. I set, well, on the broker I'll set it, and on my copy trader I'll set it to like 1450. So just in case like something happens, like my computer freezes, I'm in a trade and price is tanking, and like, instead of me going over that and having to lose money, like have to go back and try to lose money to go under it, it would just close me out of the trade. But if it's like for funded, it's a little different, just because you're trying to get to that payout. So it's got to be whatever the payout, because it's like, say like your payout window is, you got to get, got to make 3K, or it's like usually it's probably like 3600. That gets you over the buffer and full payout. But if you just want to just go normal risk, you can do that. It's fine. Just your amount, you just have to raise that up so that like your average your consistency rule falls in place. Because like, even if you go over your consistency rule, all it means, you just have to make more money. That's all it does. It doesn't sound like you broke any. It's not like you're gonna get your account taken away. It just means that you'll have to make more money. So your profit cap, whatever, it got pushed. You would just have to double check with that. The reason I'm saying that is just because it's not really that you can't do it. It's just, you got to pick the service, like Pick My Trade or Trade Poster or Traders Post. Make sure that they can connect to that broker, because as long as you can connect it, because all this is doing is sending an alert to that service, and then the service does the rest. So as long as you can connect it to that service, you know what I'm saying? Because as long as you can set like it, you set up the auto trader to this alert right here, and then with that, you're good. And yeah, obviously, make sure your rules. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. Hold on, I'm just gonna move this over. Okay. Just checking something. Okay. So, yes and no, but it's okay. Now I think we're gonna drop. So you can set up to, because that's the way. So you can, so depending on how you do it, yeah, it's price finally is gonna drop. So how it works is depending on what service you use. So I know with Pick My Trade, you can connect different accounts, but it doesn't exactly copy them. You have to actually have different like different accounts, like different Pick My Trade accounts, and obviously that's, you know, that's not ideal. What you can do. So like what I do, I have my own copy trader, so I can just do that. But if you use like a trade syncer, you could do that where you just set up your lead account to Pick My Trade. That's, you know, that's your account. That's is a copy trading, or not copy trading. It's auto trading, and then just link your link to a copy trader like trade sync, whatever. You link that account, then you just make that the master, and then your other accounts will follow. So like, yeah, for me, like what I do is I have like my Lucid account, that's my master, or that's my, you know, that's my auto trader account that I have with Pick My Trade. And then what I do is just link that, put that as my master, then just link all my follower accounts, like whatever accounts I want to have it copy, and then it all takes care of itself. And I have tested this, so it is verified that it does work. There's always a slight delay, but that's just how fast the orders are sent. So depending, I've tested it with my copy trader, so I know like there's a little bit of a, but it's not like, it's not like, it's not bad. I mean, there's always going to be some type of small delay just because it's just, you know, that's how everything's. But no, it's not too bad. It's you know, it's with usually with a couple bucks, depending on if price is moving quickly. Yeah, it could be a little bit, but it's never like out of hand. It's never crazy. Yeah, so it's not anything crazy. So, you know, they all get filled and everything. So it just depends on like how you're doing it, what way you're copy trading. Yeah, it looks like you're definitely dropping now. But yeah, but the process is pretty simple. But especially just setting it up, and once you set it up, you kind of figure out like how it works. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Yeah, it looks like we're finally dropping. I don't know if we'll get TP